Hi everyone, I hope you're all safe and well. It's really interesting that that's become everyone's go-to introduction right now. It really shows how language and phrases quickly change and adapt depending on social circumstances. But anyway, I think it's safe to say that we live in a technology-dominated world, and social media plays a major role in most of our lives. Now, for a long time, it's often been scrutinised as having a negative impact on people's behaviour and mental health and society as a whole, but it's also provided so many great ways for people to connect across the world, and that's really important right now. So my aim over the next couple of videos is to take a balanced look at both the positive and negative impacts that social media can have, particularly on young people and their mental health, which will hopefully help you guys to get the best out of these services and be better equipped to use them in a positive manner. Now, I was a bit torn as to which way around to do this, whether to put the positives or the negative bits first, but I've decided to do the positives first, and I'll discuss the negatives in the next video. So social media helps us to stay connected, and it can also help us to maintain and sustain friendships longer term. There's evidence to suggest that strong friendships can be enhanced by social media interaction, so young people can use social media to create stronger bonds with people that they already know. Things like sharing comments on pictures and videos and posts can help create more long-term friendships as people continually keep in touch, even with real-world distance between them. Now, this is having a much wider social impact because it means that people are more likely these days to stay connected and in touch, whereas in the past, as people moved away from each other for things like college or uni or work or whatever, they often lost touch with their old friends. Also, online relationships can make young people more relationship oriented, thoughtful and empathetic, which is really positive and will hopefully help to build a more resilient and healthier society in the future. Social media can create a great sense of belonging as well. People with common interests have always had the tendency to gather together, play together, or enjoy discussions, exchange views and put ideas forward, and this often takes the form of groups such as sports clubs or appreciation societies. Now, in the past, these types of groups would have to have met up in real world at specific times, which can really limit the amount of time that people had to meet and to discuss their passions. And it also and people were also really limited by location because most people can only travel so far. So if there was no one close enough to form a club with, then they were out of luck. But the World Wide Web and social media has done away with those barriers of distance and time. Now people from all over the world can come together to share their enthusiasm for any topic. Now, these online platforms and groups are a really great way of connecting with people that share similar interests, that can and they can provide a real sense of belonging and can help young people to develop strong connections with peers and really help build confidence. Social media offers easy access to support and help. Now, according to information from nationalonlinesafety.com, around 7 in 10 teenagers have said that they have received support on social media during tough times or challenging times. Now, this may be because reaching out and accessing support from people online or sharing problems or issues with friends and peers over social networks is really quick and accessible for young people, and it can be met with instant positive reactions that can really help in the moment when you need it most. Whereas getting help, support and guidance offline, particularly from professionals for mental health issues such as experiencing low moods or suffering from stress or anxiety, getting professional help for that can take a long time. I think another reason may be that sometimes it's easier to talk about difficult things using a keyboard behind a screen. It adds a bit of anonymity, and you can take your time to think more carefully about what you want to say as you're typing. Now, in the next video I'll be talking about some of the negative impacts of social media, and then beyond that I'll be sharing advice about staying safe and protected online. But in the meantime, it's really important to remember that although it can sometimes be easier to have conversations online, you should always use it in conjunction with getting help in the real world if you need it, and always be mindful of the platforms that you're using and the people that you're talking to, especially when you're having serious conversations or seeking advice about really important things such as personal problems or mental health issues. Now, it's important to remember that the school staff are all still working hard and are all available if you need anything. You can contact us through your school emails or through Google Classroom or any other platforms that other teachers may be using, and there are also lots of support services available online if you need help, advice or support, or just want to talk things through with someone. ThinkYouKnow.co.uk, Childline and the Samaritans, they all offer lots of advice and help if you need any support. And it's also important to remember that you can and you should report any negative or inappropriate behaviour or content online, and only connect with people that you know in the real world. If you have any concerns or are suspicious about anything, you should speak to a trusted adult about it. And if you think there's any real risk, any serious risk to you or someone else's safety online, you can report your concerns directly to the police using the CEOP button on the school website, or you can visit their website, which is ceop.police.uk. Okay, so it turns out it's really hard to fit these into short videos, so I'm sorry again for the length of this. As I said earlier, I'll be looking at the negative impacts of social media in the next video, but to keep you busy until then, I'd like you to make a list of what you think are the positive and negative impacts that technology can have on us and the world we live in. I've added a Google Docs file to the assignment on Google Classroom to get you started, and try to remember to stay positive. It's tough times for everyone. Remember to reach out if you need any help and support, and also remember, in the last video I mentioned setting yourself small challenges and trying to do at least one random good deed every day, so continue that on, and stay safe, and I'll see you soon in the next video.